Hi y'all, today I want to talk about some of the apps that I use to listen to audiobooks and while I'm listening to audiobooks. In the past year, audiobooks have really become a huge part of my book reading experience. It's a really nice way to read books while you're doing menial tasks, like if you're cleaning, or I used to listen to audiobooks when I was packing, or maybe when you're commuting and you just have to, sit there for 30 minutes while you're stuck in traffic. So I've compiled a few of my favorite apps that I use, and I wanted to share them with you all. So starting with the apps that I actually use to listen to audiobooks, I have a few paid and also free services. The free service that I like to use the most is Libby. I'm sure all of you know it's an app that connects to your local library and you check out audiobooks based on your own local library's availabilities. I've come to like this app more and more and prefer it to a lot of the other ways that I listen to audiobooks because it's recently added a lot of new features that make the reading experience really sleek and the app interface really sleek as well. So you can actually go from a lower speed, so I think 0.6 is the slowest speed you can go from, all the way up till 3 times speed, and I'm someone that listens usually around 1.5 to 2 times the regular speed. I've never liked Audible and I've never used it for that long because even though you have a huge selection of books, basically any audiobook that has recently come out, I find that the price you have to pay versus just getting one book a month, plus I think now they have some of these Audible exclusive books that you can get, that kind of ratio payoff can't really compare to, another service like Scribd or even like Libby itself. I can probably go through however many audiobooks I want to in a month. I just have to be a little bit more open with my audiobook choices. Then, like I mentioned, Scribd. Scribd is another service that has, I think, audiobooks as its like kind of main attractment to a lot of readers. The main thing with Scribd is that though you pay a lower price compared to a service like Audible, it's not unlimited, which is in the sense that after you listen to maybe like 2 or 3 audiobooks, you read like 2 or 3 books, they start making the books on your list unavailable. My thing with Scribd is I think it's great if you go through books at a slower pace, maybe just 2 to 3 a month. If that's your pace, it's the perfect subscription service. For a lower price, you get, the amount of books that you would normally read. If you read any more than like 4 or 5 books a month, I would say just stick with Libby. Another recent audiobook app that I've discovered is the NetGalley Shelf app. Basically, NetGalley is a place where you can request arcs, or you can have a selection of arcs that are like read now, so you don't have to request them as a reader. And these are basically for publishers and authors to do promotion before a book's released so that they can get some kind of hype and reviews around it. So this app itself is kind of janky. It's not best set, it's not very sleek, but it is another way to listen to some audiobooks that are just coming out, or to, get a wider range of audiobooks to listen to. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but when I'm listening to audiobooks, I have to be doing something else. I can't just like sit there and listen to the book. My attention just immediately wanders and I get bored really easily. A lot of the times I'll just play like a game on my phone while I'm listening to the audiobook. It's a really great way to divide your attention just the right amount so that you can fully zone in on the book but not feel distracted by anything else. I recently found a few games that I really love that I keep playing when I listen to audiobooks. Another recent game I found is called Crush Ring. This one is really fun, like surprisingly so. You like have these like 3 rings of different colors and they give you like a few selections and you have to basically like tic-tac-toe cancel them all out, either diagonally, vertically, horizontally. And it's the kind of mindless, like visual based game that's just perfect for when you want to zone out to an audiobook, but it's just so fun. I don't know why, it's just so fun. I love visual games when I'm listening to audiobooks. I think it's the perfect combination of like using both sides of your brain. Or maybe you don't use both sides of your brain. I mean, who knows? you probably don't use both sides of your brain when you're doing that. Another game I really like is called Join Block. It's a merge puzzle game. It's like 2048 and it's based off that concept, except you have these blocks that you're basically shooting onto the board and they connect and they merge if they're the same number and they form the next higher number. It's also really relaxing because it's another like visual game where you have these numbers that you just gotta match. I also really like this game called Piffle. It's this super cute game where you have this little person and they're shooting these little, like, I guess you would call them piffles. They're these little like animals and you basically have them all in a row and you have to like shoot the blocks and they hit them to get points and you have to hit the blocks before they get too close to the ground. This one just has really cute graphics and I die. It's just so cute. Finally, I have my last game called I Love Hue. I think this is also a pretty popular game where you have a board and you have a few set blocks of colors and the whole board is basically arranged in a gradient and you have to rearrange the mixed up blocks to be in the correct gradient shade. This one is also really nice because it's not timed, so you just kind of, go at your own pace, figure out the blocks. It's really fun because it's also another like just completely visually based game. Yeah, those are all the apps that I usually use when I'm listening to audiobooks. Just kind of a quick video because audiobooks have really become a huge part of my reading experience and I wanted to share that all with you all. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, and if you want to see more, click subscribe, and I will see you all next time.